A quiet Monday turns into a chaotic Monday as fire crews work to get water on the flames.
It was just totally engulfed in flames.
When them flames were up that high, I knew it was going to get, it's not going to be a pretty sight.
It was crazy.
Flames lit up the Solano County sky.
From all the crackling of the wood and the dark smoke, that's material burning.
Neighbors say they heard explosions coming from 3 outbuildings, 2 cars, and a boat that were burning on Poplar Road in Vacaville.
There was a lot of heat and the flames were, they were super high. So I was just hoping that they didn't come across and catch these trees and stuff on fire.
With the flames so intense, crews were at a disadvantage with the nearest fire hydrant 5,000 feet away on Leisure Town Road.
Being in the rural area, bringing water takes time, and we were able to get enough water tenders and we were able to control the fire.
As for the 6 people living inside this home, they were able to get out safely and fire crews were able to save it from burning down to the ground. Back to you. A lot of smiles, a lot of cheers, a lot of people honking in their cars as they pass City Hall in San Francisco. Just check out the droves of people outside as much as there are inside. Everybody celebrating from the word that was handed down from the Supreme Court today on the ruling. And this has been a long time coming for people. They thought that the notice was going to be a couple of weeks ago, and it kept getting pushed back and pushed back and pushed back. And now people finally have a decision. Sir, your feeling after learning what had happened?
I'm very happy about it. It's been a long time coming. It's like I was here in 2004 when Gavin Newsom started the gay marriage, and back in 2008, and then the voters struck that down. So it's good to see the Supreme Court back is up today and it's on our side.
Inside, droves of people screaming and yelling and cheering. What was the emotion like? Did you get goosebumps on your arms? Did the hair stand up on the back of your neck? What was it like?
It was exciting. I was outside, so I couldn't hear them all that good. But, so he was always guessing, if it went through long before it did, just because we heard the screaming and stuff. But a lot of times it could have been just speakers talking, so. But it was a very exciting day.
Appreciate your time there. People still out here as well in front of City Hall with flags. People right behind us have wedding dresses on. People are super excited from what has transpired here in San Francisco. And as you see here, you see these people just going right through it. See if we could tap into it and just get their reaction from this. Your feeling right now.
I'm elated. I'm just so happy. I'm so happy.
And for you?
I think if people were to come to our house, they would realize that we are a normal, committed, loving couple, and we want to get married like so many Americans, and I think it's great to have the government, validate that.
And for you guys to be fully dressed in this, flags, holding hands, smiles on your faces.
We're ready to go. We cannot wait, and there will be thousands of couples just like us lining up, and so we can't wait to, party tonight.
So the word came down, Supreme Court, just after 7 o'clock this morning, people celebrating here in the city of San Francisco. Back to you.
So as Rich was just saying, the shoulder now squeezing by. Take a look at the traffic jam, however, still crawling out from the top of town just north of I-80 is where you're going to see some of the backups. Speeds down to the single digits in some areas, and then you're slow and go past the cones here and this 300-foot debris field that officers are still investigating. Once you get past the overpass here, past Arena Boulevard, you're going to be back up to freeway speeds and should be smooth sailing. But those folks that have to get out to the airport, I checked in with SAC International. There's about 10 or so flights right around the 6 and 5:50 hour. If anybody was got on some of this backup, they could be late for those flights. But let's get straight over to some of the video and show you why we're seeing this backup this morning. Shortly after 1 o'clock, right around 1:30, a silver vehicle was traveling southbound in the northbound lanes right here near Arena Boulevard, hit a black Toyota, barely recognizable at this point and probably half the size it should be, as well as an SUV with a family in it. Now we're told the driver of the Toyota was killed on impact. The driver that was going the wrong direction, a male, and now suffering serious injuries. Officers say when they arrived on the scene, they were just jaw-dropped at what they saw.
It looked like a car exploded. There's debris everywhere. Obviously firemen running around taking care of business. So pretty chaotic.
Well, not what you would expect to find inside the 76 gas station off a major highway. Take a look at this. Behind the Food Line walls was this, a major grow house that had over 90 some plants, pot plants, and some of the officers saying they were just in awe of what they found back here. They are used to seeing some of these kind of grow houses in warehouses and residences, but not in a gas station. And officers are saying they do believe that the owner of this gas station and or his family is likely involved.
Their family, they're a couple of males in their late 20s. Obviously, their father is the owner and operator of this business, who's a little bit older. Those names will be disclosed at a later time once we've concluded the investigation.
I don't think anything surprises us anymore, but a gas station is kind of out of the normal for, I don't think in my 12 years I've ever seen one at a gas station, so especially one right in the middle of town.
So right now, this is just one of 4 locations that officers are investigating and have issued search warrants for. And because of information that they found here at the 76 gas station, they have now gone to get 2 more search warrants to check 2 more residential and or warehouse areas. Right now, there's about 93 plants here that they are investigating. In total, we're talking maybe 500 between the 4 facilities that they issued warrants for today. Street market value right now undetermined because it depends on the size of the plant and how many they actually get, but we are talking upwards in the several thousands. Right now, no arrests have been made. However, 2 or 3 people, likely siblings, are under suspicion. Back to you.
What took no more than a few seconds caused a big backup and a big delay and big debris all over the road.
Don't drink and drive.
One of the stupidest things a man can do.
A power pole sheared in half. A car totaled with an imprint of the pole embedded into the hood. According to Sacramento police, this man hit the pole, kept driving for another block before his car died. That's where police took him into custody for suspicion of DUI.
He must have been going pretty fast. I asked the cop, I said, you think he was speeding? And he goes, what do you think?
Neighbors say the speed limit is 40, but people treat it as a racetrack going upwards of 70 miles per hour.
There's always consequences for your actions, one way or the other.
He's got some time that he has to do in my book.
Parts of the pole, debris, and smud trucks had lanes blocked during the commute, which at times made it slow and go on 65th Street near 8th Avenue.
Well, you know, what are you going to do? It happens.
And neighbors tell us this isn't the first time this has happened in their neighborhood. This power pole was taken down by a car accident just over a year ago here in South Sacramento.
This is one of our most exciting days. I mean, we get to release our babies.
3 million baby salmon harvested from birth at this fish hatchery. Now 6 months old, corralled by the farmers who raise them.
A little nerve-wracking, got to not step on them.
Yeah. Does it tickle? Describe what it feels
No, you can feel them running into you, just slight pressure.
Then sucked through this hose into a water-controlled tank and sent swimmingly on their way for a life-changing voyage at sea.
These little 4-inch fish have to make their way 100 miles downstream, live in the open ocean for 3 years, then make their way back 100 miles up the river to this same hatchery 3 years from November.
And then natural selection takes over, taking just 60 seconds to dump 1.5 million smolt into the American River, some surviving for even less. As they navigate the open waters and predators like striped bass, sea lions, and even humans. Well, some anyway.
Do you eat fish?
Occasionally, not salmon though.
Not salmon. Too close to home for you?
Yeah.
But wildlife experts say it's critical we maintain this species because although operation costs about $1.5 million yearly, they see a 300% return rate on state businesses annually.
Of the 3 million released, only 2% returned to where they were spawned, which is the actual percentage rate, which happens in nature anyway. Back to you.